afternoon, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I am lighting my candle for the day 17 of our Light a Red Candle campaign, which is focusing all around peripheral artery disease and pad awareness, and the fact that walking is the absolute best exercise we can do to build our collateral blood vessels. But I don't know about you, but sometimes I like a little variety in my life. And that's also why I do Tai Chi and QiGong. Plus, it's a real mental head spa kind of deal to do it. So anyway, here's to day 17 of Light a Red Candle. I'm going to take a sip. Hydrate, hydrate. And let's just start right in. Let's go on with our warm-ups. I think you all know these pretty well by now. So first, let's get grounded. Sigh into a nice, happy place. Feet grounded. Let your tailbone relax down, sink in your quad. Smile from the heart. We're going to start with 2 for our neck. Up. In. Out. Down. Imagine you're on your little string hanging from the ceiling, and your chin just gently tucks. You don't do it all the way down. It's just a gentle tucking. All right. Our next neck exercise, we have our chi ball here. We reconnect with our feet, smile, and with your neck and eyes only, follow your left hand to about 70% of its range of motion. Palms cross as you turn the other direction. With each turn, you can go a little bit further with your neck, as long as you're not straining yourself. One more each side. All right, now for our shoulders, roll them forward. Gently pressing your shoulder blades together. Everything's gentle. Now let's go back. Nice deep breath. Exhale. And our second shoulder exercise. Let's do some showering chi. Check in with your grounded feet and heart. And one more. Now for our spine. Do two more. I've been really paying attention to my breathing. And there's like dust and pollen in the air around here, so I feel a little bit, I don't know, throatish. But also I've been paying attention to my exhaling a lot because I've been having pain in my great right toe, which is nothing new. It's just, you know, you kind of go through cycles with pain where you're like sick of it, you're over it, and it's like, all right, you get used to it again. And so I'm just kind of riding the wave of it right now, and exhaling is a great way to relax. So, all right, let's down to our spine now. So let's take our chi ball again. Feet are happy and grounded. Our hearts are smiling. We're going to push up on the ceiling with our left hand. So we push down on the floor with our right. And then remember you're on this little slinky string. Cross your palms. Switch hands. You can feel a little bit of calisthenics in there even when you press on the floor and ceiling. Not a lot, nothing's rigid or stiff, but you can pretend you're putting a little pressure. All right, for our next spine one, this time we're going to pretend our spine is like a washcloth and we're bringing it out. So the idea behind this notion is to try and keep your hips still and turn your chi ball to the left, just over your knee. You're twisting your spine. Flip that ball. Go the other way. And flip. Nice and slow. Right. Now down to our hips. So our first one is the zombie walk. We go. Make sure we're grounded in our feet. And in our happy hearts. And our arms go back. So our left foot goes forward, small step. And switch. Foot forward, foot back. Foot forward, arms forward. Foot, arms forward. And now change. Arms back, right foot forward. Great. Now for our next hip exercise, it's sort of like the spine one we did, but instead of pushing on the floor and ceiling, we're going to push on the wall. And as we push on the wall, I'm going to take a gentle step with the opposite foot. So I'm going to push left, step right, middle, and change. And again, use some calisthenics, a little pressure. You can feel that wall. Great. So now our knees, loose fists on hips. Check in with your happy feet and your happy heart. This time we're going to step left, small step. Keep your weight on that back right leg. Punch with your right. And come back. Now change feet. You have weight on the back leg. You can throw in some spirals into your arm motions. Spirals are lovely, graceful. They seem to have an air of infinity about them even. All right, so the next knee one will be with your left foot, step heel, toe, shift your weight forward, punch right, come back. Right foot, heel, toe, shift, punch, and come back. Heel, toe, shift your weight forward and punch. Heel, toe, shift, punch. Good. Now, down to our feet. Hands on hips. We're going to go with our left foot, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Change feet. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Now, last one for our tootsies. With the left foot, go ankle in and out. In and out. Feel that stretch in your ankle. One more. All right, change feet. In, out. In, out. In, out. All right, very good. Do some of these. Break up any lactic acid that might have built up during our little warm-ups. And we can do a few shrugs. And a couple more, gathering all this good energy, putting it right back down here in our lower dantian, energy engine, the center of our breath and our balance. Very good. Well, last week, we started on the second set of 6, and we got through the brush knee movement. And I think today, what I'm going to do, instead of starting us back from the very beginning of the first set of 6 that we did, because this next move is kind of tricky. So what I'll do is that when we get near the end of class time, I'll say, well, let's try the whole thing now as far as we've got. but I think that'll give us a little bit more time to actually spend working on this one move, because it is kind of strange. And your feet are kind of doing one thing and your arms are doing another thing, and it can get confusing. So, all right, so we'll take it from the open close at the end of the first set of 6. All right. Now, lean left, turn your right toe in, brush your left knee, stop. That's what we did last class. That was the move. But now, we're going to work upon that, add to it. So, we're going to go from open and close. We're going to lean left, turn that right toe in, shift our weight to the right, turn our left toe, shift our weight forward as we say stop. But instead of just stopping because there's a flowing grace to Tai Chi, that was just a stopping point for teaching. What we're going to do now, if you notice, I had my hands like this, stop. And what I'm going to do is put my hands like parallel to each other, and the right hand is further in front than my left hand is, and my right foot is in a half step position. And the reason for that is because once I've gone stop, I'm going to flip my hands and I'm going to step back with a follow step. So let's just try that for a few minutes, because then the fun begins. But this little tricky movement in here has to do with the weight shifting that I've been talking about and the extension moves. And so we want to get in the flow of our weight shifting. All right, so here we go from open and close. Shift my weight left, turn my right toe in, shift my weight back, turn my left toe, step forward as I brush my left knee. I come back. Being nice and centered and grounded again. From open and close. You notice I've added a little bit more onto that move each time I've done it. So the idea is this weight shift back and forth kind of thing. And I step back and I shift my weight back as I do a half step with my left leg now. And you can tell a half step because my leg is up. Open and close. Shift my weight left. Turn that right foot. Now you see where I am here. At this point, both my right hand and my right foot are going to go back as my left hand crosses. Open and close. You guys getting a feel for that move? Can I get some feedback from somebody? Do you think you're doing okay with it? Can we keep on going or do we...
Do it one more time.
Okay, I can do it as many times as you guys like. I just thought I'd check in with y'all. All right, so from open and close, lean left, shift my right toe in, lean back, shift my weight forward. From the stop position, the palms of my hands face each other. And I step forward with my right foot. So my right hand and my right foot are forward. Now, as I step back, my palms cross. And I have a half step with my left foot. You can always tell half steps because you see how my leg is extended like on the end of my toe. My knee is bent. That's a half step. There's other ways of doing this same routine that are even more flowing and leave out that grand half step move, but I think it's actually rather pretty and graceful, and it's very good for your balance and calf strength. All right, how about, do you want, I can turn around and do it. You want me to turn around and do it? I just will. All right, so from open and close, lean left, in, open, close, getting a feel for it now, Doug?
A little better, yes.
All right, well, like I said, the reason I started, like not at the beginning of our whole routine, was to spend more time with this today. So I don't mind doing it until you're sick of doing it, really. I'm just gonna get a sit here. Is it more helpful to see it from the front or the back?
Both.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. All right, I'm gonna do it from the front. Find my good happy feet. Open. close, lean left, turn my right toe in, shift my weight back onto that right foot, shift forward as I brush my left knee with a follow step. Now turn my palms facing each other, step back with a follow step. That's the beginning of a move called peri-peri punch. But I actually changed the name of it because, like I said, this move is weird because your feet are doing like 4 things. Well, your feet are doing 3 things as your arms are really doing 4 things. So I changed the name of this move to peri-peri block punch, which kind of helps me line up my feet with my arms better. But anyway, I digress. All right, let's find our happy place. Open and close. Lean left. Turn that right toe in. Shift your weight back. Brush your left knee. I'll do it another time from the front, then I'll turn around and do it 3 times too. Open. Close. All right. I need to wiggle my foot a little bit today. I had a procedure 6 days ago, and Dr. Lee told me he was afraid to go any further because he thought he might cause more harm than good. So I appreciate his forthrightness in that. He did tell me I have good collaterals and to keep walking. So I'm going to do that. And then in the meantime, he referred me to a very talented, almost magical podiatrist who has had great success in healing wounds on people's feet. So I really feel like if I can get the wound on my great right toe healed, it's really going to help with my pain levels and I can walk even more. So that's the game plan here at this point. All right. Did I say I was going to do one more from the front? Well, I will, because I got busy sidetracked talking. All right. All right, now turn around and do it. Open. Close. Yeah. Open. Close. And one more time. Open and close. All right, how are we feeling with that? Getting into the flow of that move? Well, I think maybe at this point I'll interject. Why don't we start from the very beginning and up until the point we left off at? So all right, we're going to start from the very, very beginning. From commence is where we're going to commence. Got my happy feet going on. I'm going to spread them apart a little bit more. Feels a little bit more comfortable to me today. Grounded. Smiling from the heart. Let's commence. Open. Close. Step right. Look left. One. Two wax-ons. Three. Open. Close. Step left. Look right. Open. Close. Lean left. Right toe in. Coming together. Let's do that a couple more times, all right? And I think I'll alternate doing it front, back, front, back. Play with that idea for a while. So from commence. Step right. Look left. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Open, close. Lean left, turn that right toe in. Okay, I'm gonna give my foot a little shake out here. I'm actually gonna do a little wiggling. Because it feels good. Pumping up and down on my legs. All right. Yeah. From the front view, let's commence. Open. Close. Step right. Look left. Wax on. Wax off. Wax on. Wax off. Wax on. Wax off. Open. Close. Step left. Look right. Wax on. Wax off. Wax on. Wax off. Wax on. Wax off. Open. Close. Shift your weight left. Turn that right toe in. Turn your left foot out. Press your left knee in the follow step. All right, in the back again. Rinse. See my ball? Want it? No? That's okay. I'm gonna look out the window. Ooh, smudges. Windex on. Windex off. Windex on. Windex off. Windex on. Windex off. Open. Close. Step left. Look right. Still smudgy. Windex on. Windex off. Windex on. Windex off. Open. Close. Shift your weight left. Turn your right toe. Turn your left toe. Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. So, you guys getting a feel? For the flow of the whole about 7.5 movements we've been through so far. I'm going to take that as a yes, unless I see Doug coming on to say something here. Love to hear from you too, Thomas. All right, well, you guys are feeling pretty good with that. We're just going to keep on going then. So this time, we're going to start at the end of the first set of 6 at our open and close and go into the second set of 6. All right. So open and close, lean left, turn that right toe in, shift your weight back onto your right foot, shift your weight forward as you brush past your left knee, and it's not literally down at your knee. It's more just like in comfortable arm's range. And you follow step with a stop. Lift your palms facing each other. Right hand in front of left, the right foot forward, and a half step. From here, move your right foot and arm back. And then follow step with your left foot. Because now you're going to turn your right palm up and your left palm down. And that foot that's still in a half step, the weight's on my back leg for a reason, because I'm going to step forward from this position. I'm going to step forward on about a 40-degree angle, 45-degree angle. I'm going to swoop my hands past each other up my forearms in the middle of my body. So it's going to go like this. Lock, punch, follow step. Now it's getting a little tricky. So I think I'll move over a little bit more here since I don't want to get too far off screen. So from open and close, lean left, turn that right toe, shift your weight back, turn your left toe, shift your weight forward as you brush past your left knee and say stop. Palms face. Swish your hands past each other as you step back with that right foot, and then you have a follow step with your left. Because now I'm going to step left, 45-degree angle, as I whoosh my hands across the palms and my forearms. Block, punch, follow step. Again, Open. Close. Carry. Carry. Block, step, punch. Follow step. Let's do that one again. Do it a few times, I'm sure. I bet you guys will be practicing it a lot this week just to get a feel for it, a better feel for it. Honestly, doing this in 8 weeks, you really just brush upon the beginning of getting it. And the more you practice, the more things come to you, the more subtle little differences come to you in the movements, the more little differences you notice. And so, like I said at the beginning, this would be about an 8-week class. But there's, I'm not real stuck on schedules. We'll just take it as it comes each time and just move forward from there. So let's try this again. I see a comment up on the board. It disappeared now. All right, from the second, from the last open, close from the first set. Open, close, shift left, turn right toe, shift right, shift left, brush knee, step forward, step back. Now with the same left foot that is in this follow step position, empty weighted, it's easy for me to step left again because my weight's on my back leg. And from here, I step left about 45-degree angle, my right palm up and my left palm down, carry, carry, block, step, punch, follow step. So let's see if I can see the comments. Okay. All right. So you are getting a better feel for it. I'm just going to keep on going because I'm not really getting too much verbal feedback on this part from y'all. I'm just going to keep on practicing this. And this time we're going to do it from the beginning, from commencement. So, step out. Grounded, sunk in my quad. Smiling from the heart. And commence. Open. Close. Open. And close. Lean left. Right toe in. I'll turn around and do it. How's that? How we doing? I think that's probably quite a bit to bite off for one session today.
Well, I can say that
Probably quite a bit to bite off for
That-
one session.
well, I can say that
Quite a bit to bite off for
That-
one session.
well, I can say that
Quite a bit to bite off for one session. Seems like there was some weird echo. And I couldn't really understand what you were saying, Josh. Ah,
Joshua has helpfully clarified that was my fault because I've been following on YouTube on my television and trying to speak to you on Zoom on my phone. So what I was trying to say, had I got that right, was just that last time is the first time that I've managed to follow till the end. So I'm quite happy with that. It's progress because I was struggling from the parry. So that's
yeah, and
good.
really, it's if you tell yourself that it's really because here's the deal, my feet I found were doing this step left, step right, step straight ahead, 3 steps basically. But my hands were doing this other thing. They were going parry, parry, punch. And it screwed me up. That's why I added the parry, block, punch. Because this block is really part of the parry punch, and it sets you up actually for the punch. So I'm glad to hear that, you know, in just an hour's time, that some of you are getting a feel for this, because to me, this second set of exercises was much trickier than the first set. And it all has to do with the swaying motion. And, you know, when you're swaying, it's really counterintuitive to trying to doing it block form, which is, like I was explaining before, kind of helps me remember the steps easier. It's like, okay, lifting the sky, 1, pushing down, 2, pushing up, 3, coming out sideways, 4, coming back in, instead of just doing this supporting the heavens movement that is more like cursive writing. And when you're doing weight shifting, it looks cloddy to try and do it block style. Does that make sense? It looks much prettier to have the grace and flow in it. Even though sometimes in our minds, we need to break the steps down in a kind of a block form so they make sense to us. So I'm really happy that you're getting a feel for this today, Thomas. And Kim, I'll be real happy when you get your microphone situation squared away. And yay, Doug. You got any words you'd like to say today about our little day 17 light a red candle moving Monday?
I know for me, I'm trying to get in more steps. We're up in Whistler, Canada. And right now I am walking through the hotel, getting ready to go for a little hike out to the lake. And then we're going to head to Victoria Island to get in some outdoor activity there, get in some extra steps for the day. So this gets us moving, gets the energy flowing, helps me to improve my circulation, get the aches and pains out before I can go out and walk for peripheral artery disease awareness and awareness that walking is the best medicine to prevent and to stall progression of those blocked arteries in the legs. That is a disease more prevalent and deadlier than most cancers combined. So pretty cool, pretty fun.
I'm just so happy that you and your dad are taking this wonderful road trip. And I hope that you post some photos from Whistler's and other places along your journey. I think it's great. And I hope that you and your father both had a nice Father's Day.
You're gonna get your tail caught.
We do. The only thing is what we learned up here in Terminate against frustrating for me to learn that here in Canada at some of these resorts that they require an international accreditation for service dogs, that the American Disabilities Association, that the ADA is not enough for the many resorts in Canada to allow us to bring our service dogs. And so I could not, because I have a medical alert dog for my own medical issue, and I could not bring my medical alert dog up on a gondola to go up on Whistler because I did not have an international service dog certification. I had the fully ADA certified. It's not a bought and paid for certification. It is a full ADA certification for our service dog to go with me everywhere. And we even called the consulate to find out if that would be enough here in Canada. And according to Whistler's resort here, we were not allowed on the gondola because we did not have the rigid training and certification from these two international associations that you have to pay, either have to buy a dog from them, or you have to pay for 8 months of training from them, which my dog has already received a lot of training, thousands of dollars spent to try and get the dog both medically trained and trained for the ADA certification. So we were a little bummed. We're leaving Whistler early because we just feel, discriminated against, honestly. I think that Canada and the US need to work a little harder to improve the seamless, transition for people who have a medical service dog in the US, not just a guide dog, but a service dog. And, in the US, to be able to come to Canada, they have great partnerships in so many ways. But when it comes to healthcare, and it just was really disconcerting to me to be completely discriminated against. I felt, I said to the people at the gondola, I said, so I can't be sick. So a sick person can't go up on your gondola. A sick person that requires a service dog that is fully acknowledged by the federal government in America is not acknowledged in Canada. To me, it did feel a little scammy, because both of the international, service dog associations, there are only certain organizations that can actually get it, and they have to pay to be a member of these two international associations that are both nonprofit, and you have to get the dogs from them, or you have to pay them for their training versus the training that you have that's acceptable for the federal government in the US. So we're a little upset, but we're still getting in our steps. We're gonna go down to sea level again and get those steps on the beach, get those steps in the lower level forests, through lovely Bouchard Gardens this week. So I'm still, lighting my red candle and walking. But you can tell I'm a little, we drove all the way up here from California, hoping to see Whistler, and we can't. So just going to get more time on Victoria Island.
The song comes to mind, blame Canada, blame Canada. I don't know what cartoon that was from.
Yeah. I don't know. Everything else has been absolutely wonderful. The restaurants have been wonderful. We just can't figure, we think people are more in danger of with the wildlife and potentially doing something in a gondola that would be disconcerting. Not, well-trained service dogs, but yeah. A little
It does
bummed.
sound like a money scheme to me, but
I think there has to be. These organizations, for the ADA, you have individual trainers that are up to par. They don't have to join some sort of association with the ADA to offer certifications. They just have to have a certain level of training, and then they can train, and they can actually put them through the test.
Yeah, and then to have to buy the dog from their organization to boot. Wait a minute.
Yeah. We called one of the organizations and they said, no, we won't train someone else's dog or put them through our test. You have to buy our dog. And we're like, well, I can't afford a $20,000 or $30,000 dog.
Wow.
So
yeah.
So I guess we just have to go find places that will accept us and not discriminate against us. I told the guys, I said, I just hope that you never need a service dog. I hope you're never sick enough that you need a service dog. And I hope that people on your safety team are never sick enough to need one. So, it's true. We get people that balk at us all the time because I have a small service dog for my situation. I don't have a big guide dog because I don't need one. I need one that can sit on my lap and help with my situation. And, you know, people balk at it all the time. I have people that make rude comments to me. So yeah, it's a little bit frustrating. They think because he's a small dog that we're somehow, you know, scamming people, but I have fully ADA certification, fully trained medically and physically. So
Yeah, and
it's
you know, a
crazy
lot
what
of
you
smaller
experience.
dogs, they smell.
This will be
Like
interesting.
they smell when someone's sugar is out of whack. They smell things. That's their service designation. And you don't have to be a big old coon hound to have a good smeller. All dogs have good sniffers. So
Yep, they just need to be, you know,
can
groomed
definitely
for
stop
that particular scent
Okay.
and that particular
Right.
sensitivity. So
Right.
it's true, but you know what's really great is that doing your Tai Chi has really helped me in my situation as well, because you get your alignment, your energy in check. It really helps to improve your energy, your circulation, your breathing. And so it really has helped me actually even more.
that's very cool. Yeah, I have
So we
two rescue
think-
dogs. They're not service
They're
dogs at
training,
all.
they do
They're
not-
just rescues.
Let you buy.
And if you have the international certification for rescue from these foundations that sell the dogs, then you could take them up on the contour. But not a medical alert dog, as long if it doesn't have the Canada certification or the international.
That's weird. I don't get you, Canada. I don't understand.
I don't either, but we appreciate you, Marcia. Thank you so much for another amazing session. And I'm going to be back to being live with you and practice Tai Chi on camera with you next week. And I hope many others will join us, because I've seen so many comments from folks throughout our network that really appreciate the you donating your time and your expertise and your energy to helping us improve our circulation, reduce inflammation, and also improve our energy. So, you know, it's really amazing.
Well, thank you, Kim. And I just really love doing this. It keeps me motivated. I feel that being of service is an important part of living. And I think maybe most people feel that way. I think people feel like, you know, we want to give, we want to be useful and helpful. And this helps me stay on track as well. So it's a win-win all the way around.
I love it. Thank you so much, Marcia. We really appreciate you. And a big thank you to our producer, Joshua, for being here, and for Thomas being here. I know Thomas wasn't feeling too hot today, but he still followed along, and we absolutely love his participation and his participation. And we also love that Douglas was here, you know, joining us in studio, and several others. Thank you so much for everything, and we'll see you next Monday.
All right. Bye now.